Excuse me! Taxi!
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Breaking news, WABC.
Well, there's so much breaking news happening, I don't even know where to start.
There is a lot. And, John, the big thing is, I would call it the gift, because that's exactly how President Trump teased it today. He was there at the confirmation of Mark Wayne Mullen, the new Homeland Security Secretary, and he always takes questions from the press. And he dropped a bombshell, and I couldn't wait to ask you, John, what you think this is, because President Trump said, we got a gift. There is negotiations going on with individuals, he said, in Iran. And he said, and we know that they're accurate because they promised us a big thing tied to oil and gas. He hinted it had to do with the Strait of Hormuz. And he said, I can't tell you anymore, but they delivered. So I know we're dealing with the right people, and it's a huge gift to the United States. So what do you think it is, John?
Another Airbus?
I think it's bigger than an Airbus. It might be, maybe it's the availability to have transit through the Strait of Hormuz. What do you think, Judge Weinberg?
I think the president's done a great job so far, but he has an obsession with cutting deals. He should not be cutting a deal too quickly, because these guys are going to come back at us in a couple of years. They've shown what they want to do. They're interested in world domination.
They're waiting for Democrats to get back.
That's exactly right. It's the same old story. John, that's exactly right, because that's when
It's sad, but I know what you're talking about.
Kerry went to Iran after he was Secretary of State, and he negotiated as a private citizen.
Which was disgusting.
And illegal. And he got the message to them, just wait, Trump will be gone, you'll have a Democrat in there, bide your time.
By the way, he didn't have to do anything secretly. All he had to do was what Barack Obama did and send pallets of cash. Look, you guys, I mean, it's right out there for the world to see.
You know, there's an expression, John, you know this, it's a Greek expression, it's called Pyrrhic victory. Pyrrhic victory is a false victory, it's an illusion of victory. To be very, very careful, the Saudi prince understands reality out there. The Israeli government understands reality. These people will never go away. You have to make sure you have regime change.
Yeah, and that's the big issue. How could you ever trust these people? Like, some people were surmising, and it was sort of suggested maybe it might be people tied to the IRGC, which is the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps. And that group is supposed to be sort of a little less fanatical. But, I mean, that's like saying anybody's less fanatical than the Ayatollahs.
Yeah, but you know, we have to be very concerned with the people here, the Iranians here and the terrorists here. The tens of thousands that we hear since 9/11, and when the borders were open for the last 4 years, the tens of thousands that came in. I mean, these are fanatical people here, just looking for an opportunity to upset the United States.
And Craig, you know, one of the stories that we were talking about earlier with John was about the 700 Iranian agents that are in Canada.
So if you have 700, you have 700 in Canada. How many have in the United States?
Oh, a few thousand.
Add a couple zeros to that, right, John? I mean, that's the thing, and that's the thing that should keep everybody up in law enforcement at night. The thought of how many are here.
20,000 Chinese soldiers that came in.
Yes, well-dressed, armed.
Military age, right.
And then remember, Gordon was talking about how they were doing target practice in the desert too. So it wasn't like they were here to knit sweaters. You know, I mean, you know, you got to wonder what are they up to? And you haven't heard another peep to your point, John. And we know that China and Iran and Russia, they're all aligned. So that is, what about the Pope, you guys? What did you make of the Pope's comments?
By the way, they're praying for a democratic regime.
Yeah, how sad is that, John?
It is sad.
It is sad. It is sad.
Because they can get away with anything they want.
Guys, I was a Democrat at one time, and the judge is still a registered Democrat. You know?
They know, John, they can get away with anything. They can get away with anything under a Democratic
So are you
presidency.
saying that the Democratic Party was for sale?
100%. Think about all the money that the Biden family made.
Feinstein, her driver was a
the spy, right.
But think about all the money that the Biden family made when Joe Biden was president. And that's why he rolled over and didn't want to go after any of these countries, because they had all the goods on him.
Hunter.
And all the deals. Against Hunter.
I believe, you know, they probably had it on Hunter.
100%.
Yes.
100%.
Don't forget the brother who was part of the deal.
Yeah, the brother too. And think about all of a sudden it went away. Very sad. And also the people. What about Rob O'Malley, Judge, who was working? They had a corrupt sort of Iranian contact who was working in the U.S. State Department.
All I want people to know, the FBI, the CIA, they have to do their job, and that's it.
Yeah, they have to. And also, you know what? I want to see people held accountable, though, John, too.
What did John say? Somebody has to go to jail.
Right.
Let the FBI, let the CIA do their jobs.
Well, and hopefully soon. Hopefully there's something because...
I believe the president will make sure somebody goes to jail.
And you guys, I want to go back to the Pope. John, what do you make of Pope Leo coming out and he bashes Trump's war on Iran, calls it a scandal to humanity, these airstrikes on Iran? Forgive me, did I miss that? Did he say anything when the 40 to 50,000 people have been slaughtered by their own people?
What about the genocide against the Christians in the Middle East by the Islamist fundamentalists?
Well, all the Christians that have been killed in Africa. A lot
Middle
of
East, Africa,
yes.
Absolutely.
Nigeria?
You know, what
we're
about
not
separation?
going to solve the world's problems right now.
We're not?
Let's try to solve some of our own problems.